Good evening, class. Okay, I don't think I gave you this question. So, it was in your notes. I asked you to prove, okay, but I did not give you in Google Chrome. So, my question is, prove Hall voltage. Prove Hall's voltage equals to BI over NET. Prove Hall's voltage equals to BI over NET. Now, class, let me explain to you what is B, what is I. B is your magnetic field, is in Tesla. B is your magnetic field, is in Tesla. I is current, is in ampere. N is number of charge carriers. Number of charge carriers, quantity. E is the charge of your charge carrier. Doesn't matter whether it's an electron or a proton or an ion. The charge is the same. That is 1.6 times 10 to the power negative 19. Now what is this T here? This T is not time. This T is thickness. Okay, class? This T is thickness. Okay? Alright? So it can either be a solenoid or a board or whatever. It is supposed to be thickness T. So if you look into your textbook, you'll be able to see the thickness there. Okay? So this is thickness. So can we look at these points here? It's red color marks here. What is I? I is current. Do you remember you learned this formula? I equals to NEVA. NEVA. N is again number of charge carriers. E is the charge of one electron. V is your drift velocity. V is your drift velocity. And what is A? A is your area. Cross-sectional area. Very good. Cross-sectional area. Okay, alright? So again, I is current. N is number of charge carriers. E is the charge of one charge carrier, that is 1.6 times 10 to the power negative 19. V is your drift velocity and A is your cross-sectional area. Okay, then we go here. What is this A here? This is your cross-sectional area. Okay, cross-sectional area equals to D times T. Why teacher do this? Because you're going to find these letters, these alphabets, these variables a lot in your questions, in your textbook and so on. So I just want you to know that D here, what is D here? D here is distance between two plates. D here is distance between two plates. What are these two plates here? The two plates that are positive charge or negative charge. You know, in your cathode anode ray tube. Okay, and your the one that you create Hall's voltage, cathode anode ray tube. You look back into my notes, okay, because it's a video. I have to look back into that. Just hold on. Over here. Can you see this? There are two plates here. Okay, this one is positive plate. This is your negative plate. Okay, alright. So this is where you have two plates. The distance between them is your D. Okay, back here again. What is this T? This T is your thickness. Okay, so this is your thickness. So area equals to distance times by your thickness, cross-sectional area. Okay, so we go back here now. How to prove this formula? It will come out in your exam. It's quite famous. Okay, these are the questions they love to ask you because they want to see you understand that there must be a equilibrium in force. What force is this? Electric force and magnetic force. Okay, so when you get Hall's voltage, Fe and Fm must be equals to each other. So EE equals to BeV. What is EE? EE is your electric force. EE. Small e is charge, capital E is electric field strength. What is Fm? Fm is QVB or EVB. B is your magnetic field. V is your drift velocity. Now over here, when you want to prove from here, this step here, you substitute from the formula NEVA. I equals to NEVA into here. So can you see what I've done? Okay. So I have substituted V is I over NEA. Then can you see what I've done here? E equals to VH over D. What is this? VH over D is your capital E. Your capital E equals to VH over D. This small e teacher have cancelled because left and right you are having E. Okay. So you can cancel here. Now from here you're going to get Hall's voltage. Hall's voltage equals to BID over NEA. Okay, alright. And what is A? A is D times T, distance times by thickness. So when you multiply up D, down D, cut, you're going to get BI over NET. So question like this question will come out in the exam. You must start from the top here. FEO equals to FM. Okay, please try. This question I did not give you in your Google Chrome. This is one formula for Hall's voltage. Please memorize, class. VH equals to BI over NET. Many students confuse here. This T here, they take it as time. There's no time involved here. This is your thickness. Okay, alright. Next question. Okay, next question. This one is in your Google Chrome. Teacher have given you. Okay, alright. The question is a velocity selector uses a 60 millitesla magnetic field and so on. Okay, so please look into the question that I have given you. Okay, I didn't write the question here. Okay, so what is the answer? They want you to find at what speed will the charged particles pass through the selector. Now the key word here in your question, please highlight, is undeflected. Class, undeflected. What is undeflected? Undeflected means, class, what is undeflected? Undeflected means your magnetic force and your electric force is the same. Okay, your magnetic force and your electric force is the same. So when that happens, the speed of the charge carriers equals to E over B. Okay, E over B. So it's given to you E, is given to you B. Straight away you just substitute. When I check your answers in the Google Chrome, some of you forgot the unit. Okay, you did not put in the unit and so on. Okay, alright. Now Chris, I saw your answer. You put 40.0 times 10 to the power of 3. Now you don't answer, when you answer in prefixes form, you don't put 40. Your front value here A must be from 1 to 9. 1 to 9. So 40 is out of it. You don't put 40 times 10 to the power of 3. You put 4.0 times 10 to the power of 4. Okay, alright. Your answer is correct, boy. Your answer is correct. Well done. Well done. Very good. But the way you write your answer, please be careful over here. Okay. Some of you wrote full value 400000. Okay, you don't have to do that. Okay, because again, class is dangerous. They might take it as one significant figure. So always write in prefixes form. Okay, I think all that by now you all should know. Okay, so please check your answers. Okay, next one, question number 2. In my book is 2. Okay, but I think all of you have this one. No. Here, boy. Here. Okay, here. Okay, if you look at the second one, a velocity selector is to select alpha particle of energy 200 kilo eVolt from a beam. Yes or no? Okay, alright. And it has two parts. A, what is the velocity? What is the velocity? Okay, and it's given to you the energy. When you have questions like this, class, you have to equate them. Joule equals to joule. Okay, so from here what I can see is half mv square. Okay, alright. Half mv square equals to EQ. Okay, half mv square equals to EQ. This is kinetic energy. Yes or no? Okay, alright. So from here, half m is the mass given to you, in the question, multiply by v square. Please be careful here, you have to set it, equals to 200 kilo eVolt. What is this 200 kilo eVolt? Is the energy given to you, the energy. Do you understand, class? Okay, Q. Okay, this is 200 times 10 to the power of 3 is the energy eVolt. eVolt times 1.6. Do you understand for this part? Okay, this is actually your eVolt. This whole thing, here is your eVolt. Okay, eVolt in the question. This is energy. Now, teacher use E here. I'm sorry, it's a bit confusing for you. This is not electric field strength. This is energy in eVolt. Okay, alright. This is eVolt. Now, teacher is going to multiply it with 1.6 times 10 to the power of negative 19. Okay. Why? Why teacher is multiplying it? Do you have any idea? Why teacher is multiplying this 200 times 10 to the power of 3 eVolt with 1.6? Because eVolt is energy, E volt is the unit class. E volt is unit. This is unit is joule. Kinetic energy is also energy. E volt is also energy, but the unit for kinetic energy is joule. This is E volt, but we want to equate them. Joule equals to joule, so that's why I multiply. From E volt convert to joule, you times. From joule go to E volt, you divide. Okay, right? So you have to multiply here. This E here is actually energy. Okay, right? Okay, and you multiply. So let me write here for you. From E volt, if you want to go to joule, what do? You multiply with E, and then from joule you want to go to E volt, what do? You divide by E. Okay, class? Can you understand or not? Okay, I hope you understand. You don't understand, please ask me questions in the WhatsApp. Okay, this one also many people cannot do, and your answers don't have unit and so on lah. Okay, please check. This one 3.1 times 10 to the power. See, no, none of you able to get this answer. I don't understand why. Okay, next one, B. What must be the magnetic field strength? Okay, using back this equation, V equals to E over B. You already know your V from section A, right? Then you already know your E also. You just substitute, you can get your answer. Many of you could not get the answer for B because your A part is wrong lah. Okay, alright. Therefore, you could not do this question. Okay, alright. Okay. So I hope all of you are aware. This part, this is the confusion part. Until now, I see many of you cannot understand what is E volt, what is joule. Okay. Pay attention, all of you. Next one. We will go to the next question. Okay. Now this question, many of you did not submit to me the answer because you must draw. You must draw. Okay. So class, this is very important. Can you see the question? Magnetic field coming upwards. Okay, right? Magnetic field is upwards here. This is not upwards, class. This is inwards. Okay. So can you see teacher have drawn it like that for you? Okay. Many of you confused here. You take it as upwards. Actually is inwards, going in. Okay, alright. So teacher going to show you here. Okay, can you see this? This top finger, my thumb is force. Second finger here is magnetic field. Third finger is current. Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, so can you see? Okay, I should a bit far here. So this second finger is B is going in, current going right. So what happened here? My thumb force upwards. Again, B going in, not going this way. Question show you like that. You can turn the picture this way. Over here, you carry this and bring it upwards like that. So it will be going this way, inwards. Okay, alright. So B going in, F going up, current going right. Okay. So when F is going upwards, can you see? This is what I wanted you to see. Magnetic force going upwards, causing electrons pulled upwards. Now what happens when electrons are pulled upwards? Class, what happens when electrons are pulled upwards by magnetic force? The top plate here becomes negatively charged, correct or not? When up here is negatively charged, down will be positively charged. Okay, right? So next one, class, FM and FE are in opposite direction. FM and FE are in opposite direction. So if FM is going upwards, FE is going downwards, current is going here. Question is asking you for what? Electric field strength, right? Electric field strength is always from positive terminal to negative. So over here, positive, negative, right? This is the question, you know. This is the answer. This is the one. You're not looking for this one, but teacher is going to teach you here. Teacher is showing you this one. This one, please pay attention, all of you. This one sure to come out for drawing part. FM going upwards, FE downwards. Why FM is going upwards? Because you are using Fleming's left hand rule I just showed you. Once you know FM, where is it going? FE will always be in the opposite direction. Okay, and then E is from positive to negative. That means upwards. That's the answer for the first part. Many of you did not show me. Never mind, because I think in Google Classroom I also don't know how to put in the picture I'm going to learn. Then you all can set. Okay, alright? Okay, never mind. But many of you tried doing my question. Very good. Next question. They asked you to find the number of charge carriers. Yes or no? Number of charge carriers. Okay, right. So number of charge carriers. You already know your value of Hall's voltage is given to you there in the question, right? Magnetic field also is given to you. Okay, current is given to you. NET. This is what I mean to tell you. T is the thickness. If you look into the question, T is thickness, right? Must be converted to meter. Whether they given you centimeter or millimeter, you must convert to meter. Okay, right? So let me see. Where is this question? 232. Page 232. Over here. Can you see this question? Okay. 0.25. This is your thickness, class T. Thickness. B is upwards, it's not upwards. When you slant it like that, this way you bring it like that, the whole block, it becomes inwards. Okay. So this is the T. This is the T. Okay. What are you doing? Okay. This is the T. Alright. Okay, there, this is your N. Okay, next question. Last question is page 2. Hold on. Okay, now this question asks you to find VH. Very simple, class. Formula is fixed. BI over NET. Just put in the value of B, the value of I, NET, you get the answer. This one I don't know, many of you so cannot get. What is the problem? And furthermore, you don't even know the unit. Why never put the unit? Hall's voltage must have unit volt. Okay. B is your magnetic field. I is your current. N is number of charge carriers. E is 1.6 times 10 to the power negative 19. T is your thickness. Just put in only. Why don't know how to do? Okay, and this is the answer. Okay, alright. That's all. Thank you, class.